why didn't God choose a more feminine type of angel to raise little Adam and Eve? I mean, I have a hard time imagining Lucifer, an intellectual, being a nanny to two little children and growing up. I just can't picture it. In a way, I'm not defending Lucifer, but at the same time, he doesn't have any,
well, now you're questioning God's motives.
Right.
Okay. So,
because he's a male.
let's talk about, the order of creation. When God created the universe, right, he created, as we understand the Bible and the principle, that he created the angels as his servants. So basically the angels are, in his image, reflect, and of course we know the nature of God. He's masculine and he's subjective. And so as agents, as servants of God who are assisting God with the creation of the universe, and through which God is letting his divine power flow through him to the angels so they can do the work on God's behalf, he created them in his image. And so it looks as if he created them in his image as a masculine form. But he created them, the angels, as servants. So they have no self-animation apart from God. Basically, you can look at them as maybe like we would create cars. Maybe they're like a car. We put gas in them, and they run, and they do a job. So God created the angels in that kind of manner. So when he puts his gas in them, his divine energy, they animate, they can run around and do stuff. And they have intelligence so they can think. But if they don't want to do what God tells them to do, then he just doesn't put any gas in them, and they run out of gas and they can't do anything. So that's a good way to understand angels.
Do they have free will?
Well, they have intelligence, but they have no free will at that point, because God can shut the gas off anytime he wants. So this is the state in which we can understand angels. Intelligent beings with all of their energy, all of their gas coming from God. No independent source of gas. So if you're intelligent and you only have one source of gas, if you want to disagree with that source of gas, you really don't have free will, do you? Okay?
Yeah.
So that's a very simple way to understand angels, because there's a difference between the angelic realm and the human realm. Now, when we study the Bible and the principle, we understand that when God created man and woman as his children, he imparted into them his divinity. So that means now the children have their own force of animation, their own force of energy, which is the little spark of divinity which God put into every man and woman. So we can think of it this way. Human beings are like batteries. They have their own power. They can do stuff with the divine energy which God gave them. Angels have no independent source of energy. But now look at this. If we look from the overall celestial whatever, now that God created his children, Adam and Eve, with batteries, with their own source of energy, now suddenly there's a choice for the angels. There is no longer only a monopoly of only one source of energy for their animation. And so we have to understand that free will did not exist for the angels until God's children were created. It's the creation of man and woman which gave free will to the angels.
ですみません、これ天使についての内容なんですけれども、天使はどういった存在なのかということに対して、なぜ女性的な天使じゃなくてルシファーみたいに一点で男性的な天使を創造されたのかということで、クチニムが説明されたのは、神様の形状に似て天使も創造されたわけなんですよね。だから男性的な 形を持って天使長というのを創造されたんですけれども、ここで理解されなければならないのは、天使というのはあくまでもしもべなんですよね。で、簡単に言ってしまえば、神様の形状に似て作られた存在なんですけれども、天使のエネルギー源というのは神様しかいないんですよ。要するに神様が、はい、お前にエネルギーを与えるから万物を創造しなさい、私のために働きなさいってこうなるんですけれども、天使長はそういった神様からこのエネルギーをもらえない可能性もあったわけですよ。人間が創造されるまでは。人間が創造される前までは天使長にはそういった意味で自由意志がなかったんですよ。神がエネルギーや神聖なエネルギーを与えなかったら稼働しない、神聖なエネルギーを与えたら稼働するって、そういった存在だったんですけれども、アダム・エバが神様の形状だけじゃなくて、その神聖なエネルギーまでも持った存在として創造されたんですよね。だから要するにバッテリーみたいなもんです、アダムといえば。その瞬間に人間が創造された時に天使っていうのは自由意志ができたんですよ。なぜかというと、神様からエネルギーをもらうんじゃなくて、人間からエネルギーを取ろうっていうような発想ができるようになったわけです。
And so when God created Adam and Eve,
なので神様がアダムとエバを
this is
創
what
造された
Lucifer
時に、
realized
ル
is
シファー
that
は非常に頭が良かった
because
の
of the
で
existence of Adam and
気
Eve,
づきました。
now
アダムとエバが存在す
he
るから、
has free will to betray God.
ルシファー自分は神様をこう配信することのできる、裏切ることのできるような自由意志ができたっていうことを認識するようになったわけです。
Because he can get his energy by farming God's children and turning them into his batteries rather than getting his energy directly from God.
神様のそのエネルギー、神聖なエネルギーを神様から直接もらうのを待たなくても、この人間を自分のしもべ、家畜にしてしまったら、バッテリーにしてしまったら、そこから自分のエネルギー源、神聖なエネルギー源を確保することができるというような考えを持つようになったわけです。なのでそれで主人としもべの立場を逆転させようと思ったわけです。
What's up?
Is that how the micro affects the macro? Because we're taking the energy source from the regions?
Well, God creates the micro and the macro to protect his providence, right?
神様は小中、大中、マクロとミクロを作った理由は、その神様の摂理を守るために、保護するために築き上げたコンセプトです。
Because when you're talking about the what happens at the state level, it's all about murder.